Hey, what's up, you haters? Fritz here from the Fritz ShootZ channel. And oh boy, do I have your favorite gun here. Oh yeah, you like that, huh? You like that, don't you? Hate away. Hate away. As best as the comments section will let you. For we live in Nazi times. And they're bastards, those Nazis. So you gotta be careful about what you type. But hey man, take it as far as you can, man. That's all I'm saying. Have fun, stomp all over it. What's up, people? Fritz here from the Fritz ShootZ channel, and I am finally doing kind of an update. I always did videos on it, but I never really spotlighted it. I am spotlighting today's video on the Hi-Point 995 TS, the cheapest 9mm carbine in the world, I guess. Yeah. This gun, well, let me just get into this whole thing. I don't even want to get into it. Alright, when I started the channel, I wanted to do the budget arsenal. So I was like, well, the first thing I'm going to do is get a pair of Hi-Points. I'm going to get a pistol, I'm going to get the carbine. So I got the carbine, I got the pistol. Of course, they were Jam-O-Matics, and of course, they choke to death on Winchester. Literally. Because if you ever had to defend your own life, and you put Winchester white box in, or their carry ammo, or any Winchester round that they had at the time, you're dead. So that's basically where this thing sat, and also sat in my gun case quite a bit because I was so frustrated that this thing's been thrown. It's been thrown. Maybe throwing it is what got it working, because eventually, after 1,000 rounds through it, this thing actually functions at about 100%. I've been getting 100% reliability. We just got one shell to stovepipe on the way out. That was on an ammo that I don't even want to do a review on. There's an ammo that I'm very happy to use, and I will use it in this carbine, but it did give a hiccup, and I haven't had a jam in well over 1,000 rounds. So anyway, we're not here about the ammo, we're here about the gun. And this gun, during the 2015 stupidemic, I'll call it, because everyone was just stupid, like, oh, there's political arguments. I gotta get a gun. I need a gun. I'm gonna die if I don't have a gun. So I got a gun, and I didn't die. See, it worked. When it worked, and it worked quite a bit in the early years, it was really a lot of fun at the range, and it was pretty accurate, and it wasn't so bad. You know, you could always hit the target. The iron sights, I can't stand iron sights that like these, the round peep sights, that the typical Hi-Point. We all know the sights. Come on, we're not here about that. We're here to just talk trash about this gun and not talk trash about it. I'll get into that. But the iron sights are okay, right? And you can always bring it near target. Fast forward to the future, after throwing so many rounds through this, around the time I figured the rifling would blow out, it actually blew all the early years of Telamo polymer from me taking my time between shots and having it cook in there. All that shit just recently blew out of there. It's just chrome looking all the way through from chamber to edge of the barrel. Cleaning the gun is a breeze. So, okay, win for me. It took thousands of rounds to do that, but in the process, this thing now functions at least 99% with the, I guess they're the proprietary magazines, the 10-round magazines that come with the gun. And we also have some boomerangs. So this is your 20-round red ball. Horrible, horrible reputation. I got lucky. The first one I got needed minor tweaking, and it's never hiccuped since. The second one I got it right out of the box, and it hasn't hiccuped since. I never even did the polishing. I usually take them apart and polish them, do a light little silicone spray and wipe, and oil the spring and wipe that, and put it all back together, make sure the follower's on there good, make sure there's no cracks. OCD check. And the bullets always sit better, even when the magazine's full, so it works pretty good. This one did not need that. It was right out of the box, and it's been fine. We just had the one, barely a stovepipe the other day. Could have been a weak round, could have been anything. Could have been inconsistent brass, because they usually bounce perfectly out of this gun. And that's kind of what reliability is about. If your magazines are alright, as long as it's ejecting properly, you should not have any jams in any gun you have. Simple as that. Especially if you keep it clean. So back to the wonderful, wonderful Pimpy Deluxe Hi-Point carbine. We've ripped apart the gun. It's cheap. It's pot metal. It's, well, yeah. And my recent complaint is that my rail, because we've had the really hot and humid weather, the rail is polymer, and it's never moved on me because I lived in a desert. I am not in the desert right now, and the rail is moving on me. It's waving. If it's too hot, you start hitting left. When it gets a little cooler, it goes right. You're dead center again. So, I don't know, for 40 bucks you can get an aluminum rail for this gun. It's like putting lipstick on a pig, but hey, oink oink, sweetie. I'm not going to put it in. I'm going to hold it up to the gun, all right? And you can just see how goofy it looks. Sticking out of this thing, it's like, it's longer than the gun. But unless you have the 10 rounder in there, and it's just, you know, right to the magwell. For a 9mm carbine, it's not so bad. 9mm actually does kick a little in a carbine, but don't worry, there's spring-loaded butt stock. It's praise and abuse of this gun. Basically, it's the cheers and jeers. I don't know where we're going with this, but it's considered a piece of shit, and the design is brilliant because it's simple. You have a simple design, it's brilliant. Fuck, even the Ludi's brilliant because of its retarded simplicity. What we have on here is a $17 sight. And does it hold zero? Well, not really. Why? Because it follows the rail. But yeah, for $17 freaking sight, it's pretty cool. You can't really get it to lower more than, well, where it is now. It's at the very lowest sighting, but I have a 100% co-witness right now. It keeps going a little left, and I need to keep moving to right. It's the humidity that's doing it. When it was in the desert, it actually worked just fine. But, you know, I basically have like 350 bucks into the whole damn gun. That's why I had this gun, because money always is an issue in this musician's life. All right, let's go into what's good about this gun, and I'm going to keep it short, okay? It is a high point, and I know how everyone feels about high points. I'm just going to start out by saying I literally love this gun. There are times I cursed it when I first got it, but I love this gun. What's good about it is it's finally reliable, and after it's been broken in heavily, it really holds a tight group. Last range visit at 30 feet, just holding the gun up on the shoulder, not resting anywhere. Both targets I shot at, I'm going to try and put some footage in the video, but both targets I shot at basically had areas where it was just a big hole. Whoa. Got it. It's kind of scary how accurate it's gotten. And another thing is this. I don't really have a lot of room here, but the whole thing's in the shot. It's not a long rifle. Since the chamber starts right about here and the barrel starts about here, here's the 16 inches from about here up, because everything's kind of set back, because instead of having a magazine here, it's in the magwell, making this a very legal, very short, very compact, and very convenient rifle. It's clunky, it's thick, but it's, for its size, it seems heavy. Why? Because it's so damn tiny. 2 more pounds, you got an AR. The stock strap that comes with it, the sling is kind of poopy, but it's good enough. It works. It works just fine. The safety's never given me an issue. Anyone knows anything about high point safety is actually one of the things that, as long as your gun is in decent shape or better, it'll always work. It's been nothing but good to me, and it's something that has been easy to basically learn how to shoot with. We had a Marlin 795, and we'd gotten this as well, and that's the 2 rifles that I just recently went to the range with, so hopefully I'll be doing a video on the Marlin 795 and the RIP 795 video, and it's not about that gun, even though I said that gun is dead. That gun is back from the dead, but the Marlin 795 line is dead. So that's what the video is going to be about. It's going to be interesting enough. As sad as it is, it's still going to be very interesting. I'll keep it interesting, I promise. I'll drink lots of caffeine. That's mostly what I have to say about this gun. If you're on a budget, the most important thing is it's a cheap gun. For 300 bucks, you can go out and pick up one of these. Hell, for used, you can get it for 200. But yeah, if you get one of these little clips, I don't know what I paid, 40 bucks, 30 bucks, something like that. But these little clip on the gun will hold 2 of the magazines, the 10-round magazines. It only really fires ball ammo. Hollow points it does have a hiccup on. But in a carbine, the idea is penetration, I believe, not stopping power like you would need in a pistol. You're cranking it up to about 1,300 feet per second now, since you got a 115 grain bullet going through a 16-inch barrel, so you're picking up the energy, and now you're going more for the penetration will be what you'd be going for at that point. For a budget and for what's available, there really isn't much of a better choice than something like this inexpensive 9mm carbine. And there's a couple of other, no offense, High Point, there's a couple of other carbines on the market that won't break the bank completely. They're just out of my reach right now, but I like the PC carbine because they all take down very easily. I love that. And I love that ranch style type of, you know, rifle, the way it feels. I like that. This feels, I don't know, this is better and more functional for me, but I really do like that straight up like ranch rifle type of thing, or like an M1 type of setup, or, you know, AKs, SKSs. I like that stuff. I like my Ghetto Garands, you know. I really do love the fact that we still can get something like this, and it's good enough and has proven to be good enough to defend one's home if you had attackers. On YouTube, on Rumble, there's lots of places where you can see videos of people that have had to defend their home and have gunfights with people going in with guns shooting, and fended them off. Fortunately, was alive to tell the tale that their rusty old High Point did not jam on them. And, well, this one's far from rusty, but it definitely needs a cleaning. So I'm going to have to wrap this up and get to the cleaning. I promised I wasn't going to do a takedown video, and I promised I wasn't going to do a cleaning video. So I'm not. These are things that you should know already from the manual. And if not, look up the PDF, because right now, on my particular platform that I'm on, I will be taken down if I think I will be. I don't even know what the rules are. But anyway, we're not going to go through the whole rigmarole of taking this thing down and doing that whole thing. We can maybe try eventually. I'm going to have to look up the rules, but anyway, I had to share it. This thing it's compact, and it's reliable, and it's very accurate, and it shoots 9mm. It'll bring you into the realm of somewhere between like 400 and 500 foot-pounds of energy, depending on the rounds of ammo you use. If you're going to use some 100 grain, if you can get a hold of that, some 100 grain ball ammo, load your own, whatever, that's probably the best for a carbine, because speed is where you get that energy. It's not a very loud rifle. All the noise straight out the front and goes forward. A hypothetical situation where it was an urban combat thing and you were forced to defend your home in some country somewhere in the world, and you had to only use this gun to do it. I'd rather have an AK, but I'll tell you what, as soon as you pull the trigger in an urban environment, everybody knows what you shot because it's so distinct and so loud and they'll just know exactly where you are. Your position will be given away and everything. If you're shooting a 9mm carbine, you're going to hear the snap. You're not going to know exactly where it's coming from until you get some follow-up shots, but you'll hear a snap in a direction. Bottom line is that I think that 9mm carbine is going to be a hell of a lot quieter than 5.56 223 or 7.62 by 39 or 308. Love the hate. Anyway, I'm going to try and wrap this up because it's something I'm not good at. Maybe I don't like goodbyes. Maybe I want you to stick around, have a cocktail, tell me about your week. I don't know. Right now, for about 600 bucks, you can go out and get yourself one of these and 1,000 rounds of 9mm ammo. So, I mean, if you don't have a firearm and you're thinking to myself, all right, I only have a $600 budget, you can get an AR for $600 and things are going to be good, even though it's going to be cheap. However, you also have to worry about the ammo. So 9mm ammo is pretty cheap. The gun's cheap. You could buy an AR for about 400 and an AK for about 600 on the entry level. Then there's this, because for the price of one of those weapons, you could buy one of these and probably around 1,000 rounds or more. Okay, it's getting late. I got guns to clean, so I'm gonna go. I'm Fritz. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I hope you're subscribed to the channel. So if not, go right ahead and hit that subscribe button so I can keep you posted on the cheap arsenal and other cheap guns that have been acting better and better and better as the years have gone on, instead of falling apart like I thought they would. Every gun that I cursed over the years is now working superbly. Magnifique. We'll do more reviews on some of the budget arsenal and some that are long gone and no longer in production that we busted out the other day, and they're great. And we'll talk more about that. I'm Fritz. Thanks again, and until next time, have fun on the range.